Hi there. Welcome on board. I hope you're doing well. I saw that you wrote, but it actually went away before I had a chance to see what it said. So I don't know. Maybe I can check it. Hang on. So funny how it doesn't really seem to be easy to see. Hi, welcome to Healing with Marcus, Monday night. We are here to enjoy a few moments of spiritual fellowship, of getting together. There you are. Thank you, LEK. So nice to see you on here. I had some problems uploading my thumbnail for the video. When I go live, I have to upload a thumbnail. And I had some problems with that, so that's why I'm late, because it just, technical issues can sometimes be a bit of a delay. There's Trenton Shine. Welcome on board, Trenton. See what we got here. I'm gonna turn that down. But a little bit of light is good for us. All right, so Trenton, LEK, Johnny Neal, and Serpent Oracle Visionary, and see who else is coming on board. Sunsets and Sierras. I'm very excited that we are all coming together. And when I do that bell in the beginning, these tingshas, what I want for you to feel, what I'm encouraging to, it's just an opening sound to bring us back home, to remind us of home. I'm just going to give you one more right now. And with the tone, see if it can pull you into your body. Into your sacral chakra, into your root chakra. Sensing that feeling, that sense of home. That we belong somewhere. That it's so easy, in my experience and in my life, I felt misplaced and like I didn't belong anywhere for a very, very long time. And it's fascinating when I'm starting to see how when I come back into my body and I begin to belong at home, at my body, I start to feel like, oh my God, I don't need to belong anywhere else. You don't need to belong to another person, to another place, because you're at home in your body. I'm at home in my body. When we balance our sacral chakra and our root chakra gets stronger, the root chakra can be tricky, but it gets stronger, we come back home. And when you are comfortable in your body, when you become comfortable with the alignment of your chakra system in your system, the chakras, they start to activate higher, they vibrate faster and higher, and they are in alignment with each other. Being in your body isn't scary anymore. Being at home isn't scary anymore. It doesn't feel bad. So breathing into our system, becoming more and more comfortable with feeling what is present in our body. Is there a feeling present? Is there a trigger going on? Do I feel kind of a trigger? Am I feeling not like I don't fit in? Do I feel like I'm being an outcast? Do I feel what's going on in my system? Am I being triggered right now? And if I am in a state of being triggered, can I create space for that feeling? Because of course, there could be times when somebody else is doing something not very nice. But often we react based on our own programming. Often we react based on how we choose to see the world and our experiences. So if we grew up feeling like outcasts, like we didn't fit in anywhere, misfits, it's very easy for our mind to go into that space again. So for me, whenever I got into a new situation, a group of people, my brain started looking for signs of, yep, there you go, you don't fit in. Yep, they're not like you. Yeah, they don't like you anymore. Yeah, they're going to talk about you behind your back. When my brain was in that state of always looking for that, of course I'm going to start seeing signs of that. Then my actions that follow that are going to be enforcing that feeling of not fitting in. Because suddenly my brain goes into almost like a paranoid state where, oh, they're after me, they're saying bad things about me. And regardless if that's true or not, why make everything worse by focusing that attention on it, right? So when we come back home, when we come into our body, into our heart, and we realize, I think this is so interesting because I used to be it's so fantastic how the fallacy of the mind works, in my case at least. I used to be so convinced that when I was in love with somebody, home is where my heart is what I would say, or home is where you hang your hat, but really, home is where my heart is, right? And I would always think that I'm in love with this person, so I have given them my heart. So my heart belongs to them. That means they are my home. And it wasn't until I realized, wait, my heart is in my body. So if home is where my heart is in my body, that's my home. So bringing our awareness, our attention into our system, coming back home, becomes you create your own safe harbor in yourself, in the higher self. Right? The port, the harbor, is an area of safety for the ship that's on a stormy ocean. And when it comes into harbor, into port, in the harbor, the arms of the harbor comes out and stop the waves that are coming, right? And when you come in through between those arms, it goes very quiet. The waves stop right away. And it's such a feeling of relief. There's such a feeling of, oh my God, we're safe. We're gonna be okay. And that's the same feeling we can get when we begin to come back home. As you grow your roots into Earth Mother stronger, as you grow your connection to where we belong stronger, we start to realize that, oh goodness, I'm a child of the universe. I'm a child of Earth Mother. I'm a human being here. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, but I am not necessarily a part of that system of fear that so many of us, and including myself, for so long thought I had to be a part of, and that something was wrong with me because I didn't feel like I fit in. And then, at least from my point of view nowadays, kind of having a little more of a zoomed out perception, it's easy to see how, like, oh my God, the world is pretty crazy. The way we live our world in the matrix, the way we live our lives in the matrix is a little bit crazy. So if we look at, we live 40 hours a week, we're working for somebody. And then if we're lucky, we get paid vacation and we get to be off on the weekends or whenever your weekend is, and you get to say thank you. That somebody gives you money and then you give a big portion of that to whoever owns your house or your apartment. If it's the bank or if it's the landlord. But it's all about a system that we are in, where we are basically, in some levels, very much enslaved. And yes, there are some perks, right? But those perks are only if you have done everything right. And they can be taken away if you don't do things right. How free are we? So when you grow those roots into Earth Mother and you come back home and you start to feel your life force energy and you start to come into an alignment, we start to realize that, oh my God, real freedom is something very different than having 2, or in Sweden, 4 to 5 weeks of paid vacation per year. There's something very, very different about freedom. Real freedom is when you come back home, standing strong on your own 2 feet, knowing that you have the right to walk out into nature and enjoy life, that is your right, because you are part of this earth. And we shouldn't go down this rabbit hole because it could become a rabbit hole pretty fast. So maybe we shouldn't. All right. So, but here are some interesting things that are happening about our level of consciousness, right? So when we come into a sense of being instead of a sense of doing, as we move away from the idea of in the brain that if I only do this, then I am good. If I clean my house, if I brush my teeth, if I do my dishes, if I work 8 hours a day, if I have a boss who's happy with me, if I do this or that, then I am good. If we go beyond that level of perception, because all of those things are doing, right? You're in a state of doing. If we go beyond that level of perception and you come into a state of being, we start looking around and we can see that the dolphins in the ocean, or the cow on the grass, or the bird in the tree, they do what seems to be right for them in the moment. So if the dolphin feels a feeling of happiness in their body, they go playing with each other. Or as a group, they play as a group in the waves. And if they get hungry, they eat. Most of us humans, we've kind of relinquished that state of beingness. We've given that up for what's acceptable within the state of the matrix. So, oh, it's Friday night or Saturday night, we can party. It's Sunday morning, now I'm supposed to be spiritual. Oh, it's Monday morning, I'm supposed to go back to work. That is a system that's keeping us in a very shackled state. It's keeping our vibration extremely low. And when our vibration is always focused on survival and on fear-based material, other enemies, whatever they might be they, whatever they might be, when our fear is activated that way, we don't access much levels of our higher states. If we're always scurrying to try and find more nuts, and we're not taking our time to watch the sun and just enjoy the sunshine, we are very much fear-based in our life. And that's so much how our world looks, right? But if you come back home and you step out of the matrix, you step out of the system, and you come back home for even a moment, this is where meditation becomes very helpful. This is where the inner revolution is starting. It is starting within each one of us, within each single person who comes back home and starts to meditate, starts to see things from a new perspective. They start to feel things differently. And as we go deeper into our meditation and deeper into our states of consciousness, we develop something called discernment. And as we get into discernment deeper and deeper, we start to be able to discern, which means decide for ourselves what rings true and what doesn't ring true. We can identify a truth or a non-truth. And we learn how to sit with those messages that come through. This is where meditation makes us extremely powerful and extremely strong. Because once we are stepping out of the matrix, stepping out of what other people always have to think about us, the freedom of that can make us a little bit dangerous to deal with. Yes? But it's not about being dangerous, it's just about being truthful. Coming back home. Being truthful to yourself, to your circumstances, to your life. Knowing that you're following your inner direction. Knowing that you're following whatever is coming through you. This is how the inner revolution is happening. This is how this wave of awakening is happening. And we are definitely in the middle of it. We're definitely a big part of it. I'm very happy to see that for the last 20 to 30 years, I started knowing that humanity has to reach a bottom. That we have to reach what we call rock bottom in order to be willing to change. And until we hit a bottom, as a group, as a society, we may not be willing to change. But once enough people have reached that place where they start to question the narrative, where they start to be like, wait a second, can that really be right? That's basically reaching a bottom. That's basically hitting a bottom where you're like, oh my God, what I have been believing doesn't seem to be working for me. What else is out there? And then whatever resonates true for you may become your new path, your new way. And then we start peeling those layers. We peel the layers of our personality, of the traumatized self. We peel them away and we sit with deeper and deeper truths. Until we one day sit in absolute freedom. And when we sit in that space, we start to recognize that we are a part of this awakening. This wave, this group of people who are truly starting to question certain narratives, and they start to look deeper for new truths. So this is how the inner revolution is happening. This is how a our new society is being birthed. It may take another 100 years, maybe take 200 years. It may take 5 days. But it's being birthed. And quite often birthing includes pain, right? Just like reaching a bottom includes a lot of pain on the way down. But when we can sit with our stillness and our inner sanctuary, we don't have to get sucked into the drama of everything. We can just watch it. We want to be a part of raising the vibration. We want to be a part of supporting the growth, the freedom. But we also don't want to be a part of when we go too far into conspiracy stuff. Because it gets convoluted. We get caught up in fear on the other side of the spectrum. We get sucked into another form of paranoia. When we anchor into ourselves, we don't have to fall into those traps. We can see things for what they are, but we don't have to fall over because we have deep roots. The deeper you grow your roots, the more you can stand strong in a storm. And there are quite a lot of storms happening at the moment. Without a doubt. Here was something that stood out for me the other day, just a brief, momentary thing. There's so many, we all have different. Oh, there you are, Sierras and Sunsets. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. Glad you're here. Better late than never, yeah? Right? So, it was a saying I found somewhere. The body cannot live without the mind. And the opposite is also true. The mind cannot live without the body. Our true life force energy will always live on, who you truly are. But the mind-made self that is so deeply connected to our physicality, cannot truly live without the body. Parts of it can. Parts of our personality can move on. The energetic imprint we leave also leaves something in us. But it's a fascinating thought that how much part of all of this the body is as well. That we raise our vibration in our body means we also raise our vibration of our energy field. That it's all very, 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 very intricately and intimately connected. There is no separation. There's no separation between humans, but there's no separation between mind and body, between soul and mind and body. That it is all the same, just different frequencies of the same energy. And at times, yes, we can sit in mind and be caught up in what they call pain body. It's like an energy. If we have a center core energy here, and some of it gets caught up, trapped in pain, in a circular thought pattern of pain, that is the pain body that's falling in on itself, right? And that's almost like you have your center core energy here, and if we sit a lot in our pain body, we end up getting sucked into more and more pain, and that seems to then overtake our life force energy, which in reality it doesn't, but it seems like it does, because that's how we perceive it. It feels like it. Because it's closest, right? We can't see beyond what's closest, because it's like it takes up our whole vision. If we could see through it, we'd realize that, oh, on the other side of this pain, there's silence, there's stillness, there's love. There's positivity. So, we've been talking about consciousness and raising our awareness. A little bit how the Matrix is trapping us, trying to trap us in different stories, different storylines. And as we come back home, we strengthen our own inner intentionality. Because that's another part of living with our energy field, right? The higher your vibration gets, the more you understand how you can focus your energy differently, the more you can live with intentionality. And as you get more and more intentional about your existence, you also become more intentional of what you pull into your life, what you attract and what you create. And suddenly we feel that feeling of, oh my God, I'm free to create whatever I want. Yes, sir. All right, everyone. I love sitting with you guys. I love that we get to sit here and have these Monday evenings together. I hope some of these words help to guide you into yourself. Maybe bring some good thought, food for thought. Maybe some of it resonates with you. Maybe on some levels you feel the togetherness, the community. We are about to do our healing session. And for that, I would suggest that you bring up in the forefront of your mind, thank you, L.E.K., thank you. In the forefront of your mind, bring up something that you want to shine some light on. If you have a question about things, bring up what you want to shine some light on. There seems to be something there. And as you do that, just see what comes to you in the healing session. And combine that also with, if you have any either physical pain or emotional pain, hold that up into the light. Envision that we are having a fire being stoked by the sounds that are coming through me. This fire is an energetic fire right in front of you, burning bright. It's almost like we are sitting in a circle. And in this circle, the center of it has a fire. And this fire is burning bright. And whatever you offer up to the fire can get burned in a good way. It can help you to release and remove things out of your system. So if you have a hard time speaking your truth, if your throat chakra is blocked, if you have a hard time manifesting what you want, if your solar plexus chakra is blocked, if you have a hard time just feeling comfortable in life with root and sacral, see if you can offer up whatever it is that's in the way of you feeling comfortable. If you have heart problems, ask the fire to heal you. Ask the fire to come into your heart. Okay, everyone. We're going to go and do our healing ceremony session here. So hold on to your horses. Move into your energy. Move into your body. Yes. Yes. Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Welcome back into the room, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful meditation and healing session. I wish you a lovely, beautiful, and amazing week. See some sunsets. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lovings and blessings and to all. Yay! We're so grateful you came aboard. So grateful everybody's here. This is a beautiful journey to be on. And of course, it's even more beautiful the more of us that when we connect. Yes? We sit in resonance with each other. The words, the sounds resonate through the ether. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ellie K. Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely, beautiful, amazing week. And I cannot wait to sit with you again. Namaste. And aho. Bye, everybody.